John Ashford, are you available? I see you.
Yes, I'm available. Yes.
How's it going, John?
I was going pretty good. I only get to go to work once a week, so I have to work from home. So we're going a little stir crazy, but other than that, everything's cool.
So you were, I believe, on the Symphony of Possibilities
Man,
class.
God. Yeah, I've been in like every week I've been in a class and I didn't pretty much. And that's kind of weird because it's just like all the classes that I signed up, I was like, I'm gonna go to this class. And first to start off with foundation, I was like, okay, I've done that online. That's cool. But when CF came, I was so fucking bummed. I was like, oh my God, this is happening. And I mean, when Delta called me and said, you can't fly, I'm like, what? I was like, listen, I got this moment of being sad. And then when you guys said, hey, look, we're going to do this anyway. And I was like, this is going to be weird. And I was like, okay. And it was just so fucking present. I mean, everybody with the energy that was just like, well, is it like this every time? Because it was like what David said, it was just like I was there and it was like everybody was there. And it was just like, well, there's not a difference. I was like, it was a lot of information to take in. I was like, but you guys made it so seamless, like having questions and people were able to talk to each other. And I was like, okay, this is cool. Then my favorite class is SOP. And so I signed up for SOP. Uh, and I was like, okay, I'm going to go to SOP. I'm going to go to Houston. This is going to, I had already bought tickets to Chicago. I was going to go do my thing. And then when they said online, I was just like, no. Actually, it gave me another tool. Actually, that's what I want to back up because I was kind of apprehensive. Like I love doing it in person SOP sessions. And I was kind of hesitant to do them online. But like David said, the first session, I was just like, I stood up and I was like, whoa. It was just like, it was more magnitude energetically for me than being present. And it forced you to work on another muscle. And it was just like, what is this? And I stopped and I looked at my body. I was like, is this possible? Because it was so much energy flowing. I was like, this is ridiculous. I was like, and then I just went into it and it was like, oh my God. Then the next day, and then the other cool thing is that I got to meet Mark. I don't see Mark. Are you Mark from South Africa? He told stories about alcohol not being in South Africa. So it was very entertaining. Becky had like a talking show in the morning. It was so cool. It's like, this is like so much fucking fun. I was like, maybe I could do another one online like this. I actually want to go in person, but I was like, I was so excited about that. I was like, this will bring something new in my world. And then I say, okay, for sure, COP, I'll be able to go that in person. I'll be able to see Gary. And I was like a week later, I was like, I'm in the same room here again. What is possible? And the presence, once again, I thought I was going to, because I'm a little bit ADHD. So I thought maybe I would be lost because I'm not going to be able to keep my attention in a room by myself and a screen or TV, whatever. It was just the opposite. It was such opposite. I mean, I would like tell people like, there's something to online classes. I was saying AC and access consciousness compared to anything else. But the presence was just like, wow. Then I just finished about an hour ago class of the Being You class with Sarah, another 4-day class. And I was just like, I can't, I mean, the cool thing about also being at home too, you don't have to travel anything. You have to go to some hotel, sleep in a bed or anything like that. So that was the other piece. But it was something about it now that I was like, okay, now what do I want to do next weekend? Because I'm like, I'm on this roll because I'm actually getting a lot out of it where I thought, and it gave me some information as a new CF about, okay, I can do this online because I was really concerned about the possibility of doing like a foundation online. And I'm like, oh my God. But now after like 4 classes, the energy of I have a new muscle that I've worked out that I think that I have a better, it's actually going to it's making me better for when I'm even in person, because when you have to deal with something energetically, it makes you shift. Well, it doesn't make you do anything, but it allows you to be in a more of expansive mode. And for me, I'm just like psyched. It's just like, okay, the next class I think I'm going to is in New York. And I was like, well, if it's online, it's online. At first I was like apprehensive, like I'm not gonna sign up for it because I really want to be in person. But now I'm to the point that, okay, I would do another SOP online where I would say, I never would think I would have said that before, that I would actually do an SOP online, another one, because I couldn't believe it. I mean, it taught me so much more. And I've been to a bunch of classes in the couple 4 years I've been a part of Access, but this last 3 months, COVID actually taught me something. So I'm grateful.
That's awesome. And you also, you got, one of the other things we've been saying is it's like everyone gets a front row seat. So those people
Yes.
that have gone to live classes and you get to hide in the back of the room and no one ever has to see you, like, Dane, they can see you on screen
Yeah,
as we can see you guys here, and you can ask questions and be right there. You're right there with them. So how was that? I
absolutely.
know that you ask a few questions. Like,
Yeah, I mean, it was like I said, it was like nothing else before, because it was just like, and there were no glitches. I mean, of course, technology does this thing; it farts occasionally, but like outside of that, it was just seamless, And you got your, I mean, and because of I really like this concept of the Telegram that we've been using, because you ask. I was asking, I think Becky, for who was asking questions? Lale, I think I was asking questions, and then your question was directed to Dane or Gary. And I was just, man, and you didn't have to wait in line, so you didn't have to stand up and wait. So that was another plus. You just sit, put your question in, and they call on you, and you get to ask your question. So and you're, like I said, you're there. And I mean, you see all the people, and when you do get bored, you can go through and see the beautiful faces on Zoom. Just go through and be like, oh, everybody's chilled out. So much, and it's like I wish other people on planet Earth, all the people on planet Earth, had access to this. That would be a desire of mine.
that's cool. Thank you. Thanks for
Thank
coming
you.
on and sharing.
Thank you.
And I know that you may not want to be online again, but you do want to be online again, but I hope I do see you online again.